Version 9 of Plant Pilot introduces many enhancements to the comments functionality. In this video, we'll take a look at all these productive new features. Before we do that, though, let's take a look at how comments used to work. In previous versions of Plant Pilot, individual comments were added by using the Add Comment tool on the Plant Pilot toolbar. These comments were basically just drawing objects placed over the top of the image that had been captured from the model. For each comment, you could edit the properties of the comment, but the only properties that were available were the ones that you see here: a comment number, who created the comment, a date, and some text to describe the comment. You could also place multiple comments or comment annotations over a single image, but these comments were fairly non-intelligent, meaning that they weren't linked to an object in the model. Now let's take a look at how comments work in version 9. I'm going to open a new file here to demonstrate this. The first thing to understand is that if you open a file in version 9 that was created with a previous version of Plant Pilot, the legacy comment annotations will still be there. You'll notice, however, that the toolbar button that's used to create these comments is no longer there, as you will no longer be able to create these non-intelligent comment annotations. In addition, if you previously had multiple comment annotations on a view, when Plant Pilot opens this file, it will upgrade it to the new comment format, and each one of the annotations that you had here will now become an individual comment in this list. So no longer will you have multiple comments associated with a single view. Now let's create a new comment to see how it works in version 9. You'll create comments the same way you always have, by navigating to the folder where you want to save the comment and then clicking the new comment toolbar button. Now, however, Plant Pilot will prompt you to select an object in the Smart Plant Review model. And this is the object that your comment will be associated with. So I'm going to select the valve, and then you're prompted to select the label location. So I'll click in the model for my label location. And you can see that now Plant Pilot has created the annotation in the model. So comment annotations will now be model-based, as opposed to being simple drawing objects drawn over the top of an image. Once the label is placed in the model, Plant Pilot opened up the Comment Properties form. And you can see that the Comment Properties form looks quite a bit different than it did in previous versions. You still have the same data in the topmost portion here that you always had, which is the basic Plant Pilot comment data: a comment number, a comment name, text for the comment. Let me enter some comment text here. And then you have a field to denote who made the comment and the date that the comment was made. But there are a couple of new things here that were never there in previous versions. The first one is this second block of data called user comment data. So what this is properties that you can define based on your company's needs that you want your users to populate anytime they create comments. And these are defined in a simple XML file. It's a very simple thing to create these properties. You can define them to be string data or date properties. You can also define them to be select list properties. In this case, discipline is a select listed properties. And you can define the acceptable values for the select list. Also, you can see at the bottom of the form, you have all the data for the object that the comment is associated with. Now, one other thing I want to point out is you'll notice that the item name here, the name of the valve, automatically populated when the comment was placed. One of the features of the user-defined properties is that you can tell it, whenever I attach a comment to an object, automatically populate a property with a value from the object's data. So in this case, we've taken the object's name property, if I can find it here, and automatically populated that in the item name user property that you created for comments. Now, this can be a normal Smart Plant Review property, or it can be any of your Plant Pilot alias properties custom properties, or extended properties. So again, in the comment properties template file, you can define that a property should be automatically populated with data for the object that it's associated with. Now, once you've filled in the data that you want to fill in, you click the OK button, and at this point, PlantPilot will create the image that is saved in the PlantPilot data file. So you can see here, in this case, there is no floating annotation that we add on top of the image. The annotation is simply captured as part of the model snapshot. Also notice that in the comment list, PlantPilot now shows all of the basic PlantPilot data for the comment. In previous versions, you only saw the comment name in this list, but now you can see the number, the name, the actual comment text, by and whom, or by and date for the comment. And you can click on these column headers to sort by the different values. Now you can review comments very much like you always have. As you click on a comment in PlantPilot, the image pane will update and it'll show you the comment annotation. In this case, this is a legacy comment, so you see the old bubble style of annotation. And if you have a new comment that you've placed, you'll see the comment image with the new type of annotation. So these can coexist fine in the same file. If you have legacy PlantPilot files with a lot of comments, they can coexist with new comments that you place. Now you'll notice as I select comments in the list, the image pane in PlantPilot updates to show the image that's saved with that comment, but the model is not updating, and that's consistent with previous versions of PlantPilot. If you actually want to go to this view in the model that's associated with this comment, you right-click and select Open, or you can simply double-click on the comment, and you'll be taken to that view in the model. Now, in this case, it's a legacy comment, so you do not see an annotation in the model because previously the comments were not associated with objects in the model and were not placed in the model. And also, since there's no associated object, there's no object data, but PlantPilot is letting you know this is a legacy comment, so that's why there's no data here. However, even though it's a legacy comment, you can still populate the values, the user-defined properties that you've defined for comments. So PlantPilot will add these properties to all comments in your PlantPilot data file, both the legacy comments and any new comments that you place. Now, if I open one of the new comments by double-clicking, you'll see that you do have the annotation will be placed in the model, and in addition, the item that the annotation is associated with will always highlight in the model. And a new behavior that I think will make it more efficient to go through multiple comments in a session is this. If the comment properties form is open and you select another comment in the list in PlantPilot, the model view will automatically go to that view and the properties form will automatically populate with the properties for that comment. So I think that will make it much easier to go through multiple comments in one session. Now, another new comment feature is the ability to record responses to comments. So you can see that there's a block here called responses, and the root element or the parent element in that block is always going to be equal to whatever the comment text is specified up here. But I can right-click on this. Let's say I'm reviewing this comment later, somebody else made this comment, and if I want to add a response, I can click Add, and I can type in my response, like I can say verified, okay. All right, and then that response is added beneath the parent level. Now I can add sub-responses as far as I want to go, so let me make I'll just type in some nonsense here, and you can see that the tree is building, or I can right-click at this level and add another response here. And in this case, this would happen, let's say, if multiple people were adding responses to the same comment. So you can see I can build a thread, basically, of responses. And now, Obviously, Plant Pilot is file-based, so if this file is getting passed around to multiple different people, you might be getting responses captured in multiple different versions of this file. And there's a new feature in Plant Pilot for importing all those responses and other comment data back into a single file. And that feature called Import Comments is covered in another video. But in this video, I wanted to show that you can save responses to comments, and multiple people can add their responses and sub-responses however you see fit. Now, you can also add responses to legacy comments. So if I open this legacy comment, you can see that the responses are available just as they are with the new comments. So I can add responses and sub-responses just like I could add the user properties to legacy comments. So legacy comments will behave just like new comments in every way, except that they will have the comment annotation placed over the image rather than placed in the model. So that's a quick overview of how comments now work as of version 9 of Plant Pilot. There are some other new features that are covered in other videos that are equally as important and are related to comments. First, there's an import comments command that will more intelligently handle the copying of comments from one file to another. For example, the import comments command will recognize that if a comment is being imported that already exists in my file that I'm importing to, I will merge the data from that comment into the existing comment, as well as merge any responses into my current file. The second feature is there's a new comment review tool that allows you to review comments from multiple Plant Pilot data files in a tabular format. It's a much more efficient way of reviewing a lot of comments, but more importantly, it also provides features for comparing comments in multiple Plant Pilot data files. So for example, if you have created some comments in your file and then shared your file with some other users and they have added responses and populated data, then the comment review tool will give you some features to allow you to compare those files and bring in the data from the other files into your file. And finally, there's much improved reporting on comments. For example, in the past, the comment template for exporting comments to Excel was a very fixed template. Now you can map your comment properties, including the new user-defined properties that you create, to any cell in the Excel workbook that you want to. So you have complete freedom now to define your own Excel comment template for exporting comments to Microsoft Excel. So as I said, these features are covered in their own videos, and I encourage you to take a look at those videos. But for now, thanks for looking at the new comment features in Plant Pilot.